likes to play flat out, but there's enough hurdles on a game of golf too to try and get over. But for Ricky, just in his mid-20s, he has a tremendous upside. His golf swing's got better under the tutelage of Butch Harmon. He's developed the confidence to match, and really it'd be interesting over the next decade if we see the best of Ricky Fowler, because he has the potential to certainly be one of the game's best.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Has it for another birdie. 2 holes, 2 birdies. Frank, now to the 3rd hole, and where's the trouble here? That's fairly obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's one thing you don't want to remind yourself of. There's a bunker all the way down the right side. That's a good place to aim. He goes after it like he is here. Rich, that is annihilation of a golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, he just tore that thing to pieces. Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully. This looks like it's going to find the target.
On the green. And looking at a birdie opportunity. Frank, see if he can get the hat trick here.
Oh, things are looking so good. Strokes good, swings good. Let's see if it goes in.
Well done. Another birdie, and now 3 under par. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. 4th hole is the first par 5 on the golf course, Frank.
Very scoreable. 2 bunkers down the left, the first of which takes 330 yards to get it past that.
Definite birdie hole, maybe even a chance for Eagle to really jumpstart the round.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Frank, at this, the highest level of the game, the margins are so razor thin between winning and losing. It becomes about not wasting shots, and I think that's why players really enjoy stroke play.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Rich. That's why the best players, they want every shot to count. And the best format of golf that requires that is stroke play. In match play, you can get away with a big number. In stroke play, they want it to be a body of work. Every single shot adding to the score.
No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Frank, what's the play here off the tee? Is it driver, or do you play it safe with an iron?
A lot of the times that's predicated by the wind, Rich. If you've got a trailing breeze, driver is very much in play. Otherwise, just poke a little iron down the right side.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Getting set now over the putt. Starting to put something special together. 6 under par. Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
If Fowler makes this, it will be an eagle on the card and noise across the grounds. Beautiful touch. Nice putt. Breathing a sigh of relief. You've made it through the par 5 without getting wet. Now you're at this par 3-7, Frank.
You've got to guarantee a carry at least 7 or 8 yards onto the screen because that's where that bunker is on that right. It cuts in 7 yards.
This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Shouldn't be a problem here. Frank, that looked good to me. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Getting ready to tee off here at the 8th. Frank, this hole has it all. Dogleg, bunkers, water. How do you successfully navigate it?
It's such a pretty looking hole, Rich. That bunker down the left just sort of pops out and you see it. So you can either work it off that to the right, either that or just aim a little right. But be careful of those trees on the right.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Oh, wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed. There's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working. This is pretty good, Rich. Maybe just a touch right.
Just a pure strike and a perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. And getting ready for the putt. Wow, touch of a locksmith out there, making everything.
Yeah, and the result, yet another birdie, too. Totally in command.
Final hole now of the front side. It's a 474-yard par 4. And Frank, you've played it before. What works best here?
Well, ideally, a nice little draw off the tee. The hole's quite weird because the tee shot shapes to the left, and yet the green goes the other way.
This is some drive. I'm reminded of the old Phillies baseball announcer, Harry Callis, who used to say, "That ball is out of here." Good swing, good shot yet again. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Might be. Could be. Headed for home and in. What a tremendous putt. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Beautiful day here at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida. The great weather. And Frank, how do you get off to a great start here on the back nine?
Trying to avoid those three bunkers, two on the left, one on the right, but it's one of the few holes that moves to the right. So if you can just smoke one over that right bunker, just a sand iron in there. What a great shot.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. And now we'll have this for birdie. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A third straight birdie.
Some good playing.
I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Another par 4 here, the 11th. It's just under 440 yards. This time, there's water looming left and then bunkers on the right-hand side. It's a pretty good challenge, Frank.
This hole's very similar to the third hole on the front side. Two bunkers down the right side. Just got to keep it a little left. You don't have to hit driver here.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours. And this one just starts right at the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Ricky Fowler, one of the game's most aggressive putters for birdie. Nothing lucky about this, just good play. 7 birdies on the round. Frank, now we're at the 574-yard, par 5, 12th. How critical are the par 5s if you're trying to put a score on the board here at Bay Hill?
They're crucial, Rich, because the par 4s are very, very difficult. So anytime you get a par 5, you've really got to take advantage of it.
Goodness, he pumped it, he thumped it, he jumped it. What a drive. Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
Oh, this is right at it.
Not close, but not bad either. That one's about 25 feet away. Fairly long, 25-foot putt here. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Stacking them and racking them. Frank, the par 4 13th, relatively short, but not necessarily easy.
Yeah, stringent tee shot. A lot of people are tempted to take a bigger club off the tee. 300 yards runs out of the fairway, but really, what does that give you in?
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. Frank, this would be huge.
Oh, it's got that strut going, everything. This is when that hole starts to look a little bit bigger. You really feel like you can start to make everything.
Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Frank, as we come to the 14th, the par 3, what's ahead for the players?
Once again, another tough par 3 coming up. Narrow at the front. It gets a little wider the further you go up this green. Should be safely on deck.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. At the 15th hole now at Bay Hill, this is a massive dogleg, Frank.
Yeah, if you're a Bubba Watson type player and you can move the ball around, you can move it left to right, that'll certainly help the tee shot. If you're average Joe, though, just hit it down the left. Take your medicine.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Second shot now for Ricky Fowler. Good chance now after that approach shot for a birdie.
He was so precise coming in, and the measurement is 9 feet away.
And he has it for birdie. The Bay Hill Club and Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there. Takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front. That second shot which comes over the lake. And that's a hold your breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill.
That club must have melted after that one.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but that is well on the cards.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. A Fowler eagle it would be. Can he hold it? Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is a great hole through the years to watch when the pressure is ratcheted up deep into a round. That is all you want at more than 220 yards.
Plays slightly shorter because it's downhill. The bunker's on the left in play. Even the bunker short right, and of course the water, if you just miss it a bit, that's in play. And the green shapes away from you. This has to be the most difficult par 3 on the golf course.
That will be a great look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, this is a stout finishing hole, the 18th, isn't it?
Yeah, it finishes that great run of 16, 17, and 18, and so many times we've seen disaster and triumph just on those final 3 holes.
Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be, what, 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Frank, this is still a mind blower to me. Tiger won the Arnold Palmer Invitational at Bay Hill 4 times in a row from 2000 to 03. You played the game at the highest level. How hard is that?
It's almost unimaginable to Rich because, you know, Bay Hill changes each and every year when they have the tournament. But there was always also the look of resignation of the other players. There's never really been a golf course that really suits Tiger Woods any better. He hits the ball a long way. He hits it high. Greens are firm and fast. It's just built for him. And not only has he won it 4 times in a row, it's 8 total now.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Locked in on the read and the speed. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Putt for par. Needs one. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, that was an impressive round out there today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this tournament plays out.